So I am a huge fan of SNA now with their Round Table Knights models. The Iron Sickle is great. This thing is so good. I love it. And I was able to pick up the very first one they did. This is the Thunder Incise Grace. I'm going to call it the Grace. And while the other one was, as far as I can tell, their interpretation of the Gan, this, I think, is an interpretation of a Iron-Blooded Orphans mobile suit, the Gundam Asmodee. And there's actually like a couple OVAs of it. I think it was in a video game that they did, or mobile game, I think, for IBO. But it has that look to it. The colors, the design, mostly, like it's a little, I don't know, it's a little flatter in the chest. The horns aren't as protruding on the head, but I think the overall look, one thing that really gives it away, besides the color, are these, like, I guess grenades on the side skirts. They're there on the actual Gundam. And I think it even has the arm cannon things here. So, yeah, it's so good. This is all plastic. There is not a sticker on it. You do get stickers. You've got the prerequisite foil for eyes and cameras. You got gold and like a green, but it has the clear greenish, more of like a blue hinge green thing. So I didn't put any stickers on. You can. I don't know what these black ones are for. Maybe in there? Who cares? And then you also have water slide decals, which these might come in handy for something I'm working on at the moment. Anyways, the model is amazing. It went together okay. SNA, you are amazing at this, okay? You have done a stupendous job with these models, but for the love of God, don't make parts have to go into the body, like into pieces, like little teeny pieces have to go into another part that are super small, and one side is flat, like one teeny peg is flat on one side. That is so hard to do. Look how these little grenades, each one you have to put the ends on, and one side is flat, so you have to do it perfectly right. It's annoying. Look how tiny they are, but it works great, but does it need to be a certain way? Also, these little bits on the arms, oh, the one's gone. You see it's not over there? I don't know where it went. They need to give, when pieces are that damn small, please give us at least one more on the plate, because I don't know where it went. I was so careful and it still got lost. But they have to go so precise to stay in there. And I'm not saying don't glue it. The problem is getting it in there to begin with. Like, you wouldn't have time for, like, the glue would set before you get it in all the way. Oh, those are like the worst parts. They're just so freaking small. But besides that, it looks amazing. Like, the fact that they can actually make something so small and work the way it should is really good. And posability, because of the body shape, while I think most of the inner frame is the same, I'm assuming across the board, this one, because of how like thin the armor is really good. And you've got this pull-out crotch piece, so you can really get to check that. That is cool. And then if you incorporate the crotch hinge, get that out of the way, you can bring that down. You can, yeah, that's right. That's oof, so good. Even the tilting is really good. Check that out. Oh, just stretching. So nice. Of course, thigh rotation is a must. Knees are good. They bump right up against each other. Like, even the thrusters being, like, having the yellow border is so nice on the back of the calves. These hosing pieces, like, even one you see them in the back of the in the spine and on the arms. Another thing that really screams IBO. Feet are nice, and they're different. They're not as big as like an IBO, and I'd like them like that personally. I'm sure there are people who prefer the bigger ones, but I like these. And oh, his beef end's turned up. There, his beef was crooked. Jeez, straighten your hat. And these are, I guess, are cannons. I need to watch those little shorts again on the mobile game, but yeah, I'm assuming those are cannons. But you've also got a really cool shield. It's just a tiny little buckler, but man, the detail is something. And it pegs into the actual gun. I like that, because the gun is part of the arm. Like, it actually, the way you peg it in, you have to put the dark part underneath the purple, this blue, purple, gray, whatever you want to call it, and then peg it, so you like feed it under the one piece and then peg it on the top. It's really interesting. It's solid too. It's hard to explain. It's like because even the instructions you look at and you're like, what? But then you're like, okay, I get it now. Just gotta kind of, it's not all straightforward, the instructions, let's just say that. Also, they love their peace signs. The Iron Sickle had peace signs too. And actually, I forgot, someone mentioned it on the last video, the JMS light armor, or standard armor, sorry, G-Line had peace signs too, which the official one doesn't have peace fingers, so there we go. But you still have the open, and the fists, and the holding hands, which I have. The gun. I love this. They put the little green yellow barrel, like just a little detail. It's so good looking. That is a great looking gun. And hands are perfectly, they fit great. They're not trigger finger hands, but I don't think they need to be. And then same thing with its bazooka. Just that, I don't know, that trim around the barrel just really sets it off for me. And like have the clear pieces in here too. Got the handle that can move. I really love it. Like, I love everything about this model. I don't really, aside from, like I said, some parts being so damn small. But that's like the biggest complaint, is that while it's super detailed, some of the detail is super tiny. But another thing you can do with the bazooka I really like, you can mount it on the backpack. You got this multi-hinge little armature, and it'll just go around right in front of like where the magazine would be. Just clips around there, holds great. And yeah, I guess you could put it over the shoulder, but I love it underneath the arm. That reminds me of the Red Warrior when it was in Build Fighters Try. That's so cool. I love it. And it has some melee too, in the form of some claws. You got this cool double claw, kind of like X-23 going on. And you got these tracks on the guns, and they just slide in and then go forward, and that's it. It's locked in. And the first time you do it, it's very tight, but it's a lot easier now. Same thing with the single blade. And it can go on either arm. You can swap, it doesn't matter. But they're very pointy blades, so when you go to slide them out on the holding the side. Don't, stab yourself. Unless you really want to. Whatever you want, doesn't matter. This thing is so good. I love it. I love the posability. It's so easy to get simple poses out of this guy with his posability. Just so easy, and it looks natural too. That's one thing I love. I think I mentioned before, when a model can pose and look natural very easily. And this guy can do it in spades. And looking side by side, they definitely scream like they're from different lines, even though they're supposed to be from the same line. But the styles look very distinct. At least I think. This does look like something from, say, Unicorn, and then this looks like something from IBO. I'm very happy with this. I am very excited with the 5th one, because I was able to actually get it on Temu. After credits, it was about $42, something like that. And it's a bigger kit, like the box alone. Here, I actually found a picture of all the ones that are out so far. So now I just have to get the, let's see, I have 1, 4, and 5. So I need 2 and 3, yeah. I just need to find those 2. Because, if I can get them with other stuff at the same time, that'd be okay. But if I can find them separately, like for $24, I'll be happy.